When I saw the video of George Floyd on the ground, I was heartbroken and sad to know that someone's child, someone who is created in God's image, died in a way that was just so hard. It was really hard. And, my heart grieved for him and his family, but my heart also grieved for the officer and his family. And did he not have a relationship with God? Did he know that he was holding down an image bearer? What would his family say? What would his family go through? What about the other police officers that were there? There were so much emotion, and so many people on social media were demanding that if you don't denounce this act as being the most evil, racist act that you've ever seen, then do you even have a soul or a conscience? But nothing had come out saying that the police officer was racist, simply because an interaction happened between a white person and a black person doesn't necessarily make it racist. If I would have never met Krista, I would have automatically saw the whole George Floyd situation as being just violently racist and more evidence of systemic injustice against Black and brown people, by white systems, the entire judicial system as being bent against Black and brown people. I would have said, well, there is a disparity here, and that disparity automatically means that George Floyd was innocent. Even if he would have been, like convicted drug dealer or drug user, someone who was, guilty of trying to commit a crime or things like that, none of that would have mattered because his skin color would have been the most important part about him. I would have never thought to take time to allow evidence to come forward, for us to weigh out evidence. It says in the Old Testament, don't just run with the mob. And so, in taking that to heart, before I could make a large public announcement, or before I could allow my anger and frustration to run with everyone else's, I actually took a step back and prayed about it. I know that I had been called to be slow to speak. I know that I am to look for evidence before I go out and make a judgment. Much of what the Lord did in my heart was to say, hey, you don't have to speak into every situation. Why don't you sit and pray and listen? And I have the confidence of knowing that whether I speak or don't, God will make things right, because God is just.